G'day, Broads from Street Machine here, and thanks for joining us again as we continue to meet the contestants for the 2021 Milwaukee Street Machine of the Year. With me again is Ian, Marv, Kelly, and Marv, first order of business, mate. I'm stoked that the champions at Milwaukee have come through with a hat to cover up my god-awful lockdown haircut. How are you, mate?
Mate, some fresh threads are absolutely doing the business right now. We've got Glenn, fresh from Moit's Motorcars, on the line now to talk about the Michael Moit's epic Cortina. Glenn, this thing has had it's had 40 odd years of life, all of it on its own. Did you feel much pressure taking on the latest rebuild of this very famous car?
Afternoon, gents. Thanks for having us on. Mate, pressure, massive amounts of pressure with this build. You talk about the history of WOG 007. It goes back to the 80s. It's kind of funny. The story of that car has kind of gone full circle with me. I wasn't really around for the Oran Park days, but, I always heard about the infamous WOG 007 that used to pull the big wheel stands and all that sort of stuff. But, it wasn't until about 2012 that the car kind of came into my hands. Michael asked me to give the car a bit of a revamp and build it into close to what it is today. And we did that. The car was still aspirated at that stage, but he always spoke about having the bigger plans and the grand plans of twin turbocharging the car, which is where we are today.
It went to Windsor Power and it stayed there for a lot of years. Did the amount of packaging and forethought that you had to put into putting all this technology into a car that never had it, did that kind of present a lot of late night scratching heads?
Yeah, a heap of forethought went into it. We got a lot of good guys here at Moit's Motorcars, so it was a big opportunity for us to showcase what we can do. Like you said, the car was and still is a small block Windsor powered car. But it always had its nitrous heritage. That's what the car was best known for. So when we went down that path of turbocharging it, Michael had a really specific things that he wanted to achieve with the car. Street use was one of them. Drag racing was the other. Drag week, like the drag challenge with you guys, was another big thing that he wants to attack. So, yeah, we had to make sure that we ticked all those boxes and design the actual turbocharged setup to make sure it all happened.
There's so many stories about this thing, cruising Parramatta Road and stuff like that and getting around Sydney streets. Obviously, Michael loves to use this thing. Does that also, it's got to run fast, but it's also got to be streetable.
We were really fortunate to have Haltech on board, with the Nexus in that car and flex fuel. It allows us to run both types of fuels depending on what Michael wants to do with the car. That was probably his biggest concern, and his main objective with the car was to ensure that it stayed streetable. So, it's kind of funny, when we first finished that car, we literally bolted the front guards back on it at like 5 p.m, and he said, I'm ready to take it. And we said, we should do some Ks on it first. Michael will take it around the block or something and see how it goes. And he jumped in it and went for like a 3.5 hour drive. And this is after like a 2-year transformation. So, yeah, that's pretty cool to see it happen.
We're joined now by Daniel Moit, who's the son of Michael Moit, who owns WOG 007. And, mate, you've got some memories with this car dating back to the very early days of your childhood.
Yeah, dating back to, would be 10 years old, driving around the passenger seat at the time and all of a sudden seeing videos of it at drag strips and on the back bumper all day.
What do you reckon it would mean to your dad if he was able to win Milwaukee Street Machine of the Year with this car?
I think it would be a big honour to showcase the car and what he's put his heart and soul into. Loved it from the beginning when he first brought it to being in the magazine Street Machine and cover car. I think it's big up there in all this, one of his goals.
And I know that you've had to steer the thing. What's it like from behind the steering wheel?
Drivability, killer. You can drive it all day. He drives it to and from job sites. Every Friday is his day in the Cortina. WOG 007 just slapping it from job site to job site and comfortable.
Got to be in it to win it. There's another 15 outstanding cars in the competition. So all the best with the voting, mate. And we'll see how you end up in a couple of weeks' time.
Thanks, guys, and thanks for the nominations. And let's keep them all rolling in.
Now, Marv, I believe you've got another snotty contestant on the line for us to have a chinwag to.
Certainly do, mate. Wouldn't leave with just one. Got another little tasty treat up my sleeve. We're going from a pretty wild twin turbo street car into one of the nicest early Holdens we've had in the mag in a long time, with Graham Miller's beautiful Pano. Now, Graham, you're just fresh back from Red Centre Nats.
Yeah, it was a good trip to Red Centre Nats. The journey there was a long one, a few too many beers on the way. And we had a good time there, and then we're back home now. So, yeah, it was good.
Your sedan, which took out the top of the pops last year at Red Centre Nats, that was like supercharged, and it's quite an aggressive sort of car. The van is super, super smooth, man. Like, did you always set out to have two quite different EHs under the one roof?
I've always wanted the set, probably a bit greedy, but that's what the missus reckons anyway. But, this panel van was always going to be, I was going to have it supercharged, but then, I already had the blown one. So, I wanted to make it drivable and more practical than the sedan, and so the coppers don't get me, whatever. But,
Can you run us through some of the basic sort of specs of the van?
It's got just an Eagle crate engine, 383. It made 323 at the wheels, and I was happy with that. I didn't think it would have made that. It's running through a 9-inch 389 diff gears, running 275s on it. What else can I tell you? Turbo 350. I got a Turbo 350 rebuilt for it. But that's more or less it. Yeah.
Is your plan to drive the van once it's show days are kind of a bit past it?
Yeah, that's it. It's now I'm driving. It's got a couple of stone chips on it from Red Centre. But that's it. It's time to drive it now and enjoy it. So that's my plan.
I know you've won your fair share of big gongs in the car game with the Grand Champion award with your sedan out at Red Centre Nats last year. When you received word that you'd been nominated for Street Machine of the Year with the Pano this year, what was your reaction?
Oh, I couldn't believe it, mate. I didn't even know that it was entered or it was a part of it. Funny thing is, it come up on Facebook. That nice HR or HD ute of that Chad guys come up, and he had it shared on some Facebook page saying he was nominated. And then I flicked through the which car thing, and then next minute I seen the panel van there. So I didn't even know. I was blown away by it. I'm sort of a simple sort of person, and I never went to Red Centre Nats planning to win. It just happened. So I can't believe that happened. And if I won, I won. But I'm a bit humble. But so we'll see what happens.
Well, mate, congratulations on the car. We reckon it's an absolute stunner, and on your nomination for Milwaukee Street Machine of the Year. And we really appreciate you taking the time to have a chat with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
For everyone watching at home, you are running out of time to lodge your vote for 2021 Milwaukee Street Machine of the Year. Head to smoddy.com.au, pick your favourite car, register your details and get your vote in. You could win $5,000 cold hard cash for your trouble. Like I said, time's running out, so get on it, lodge your vote, and got to be in it to win it.